What's up, guys? It's Wolverine, Death Machine, Mr. GMSI himself, Brian Cage, and you're watching True Hill Heat. Who better? Nobody.
Hey everybody, it's Tony Schiavone of All Elite Wrestling, and this is True Hill Heat. And I said it right, you motherfuckers.
Hey, yo.
Hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube and Facebook for AEWramble episode 102, Golden Arrivals, reviewing the July 12th, 2023 edition of AEW Dynamite. As always, here Thursdays, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time. I am joined by the man of 49,000 subscribers. By probably next week, it will be 50,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews, as well as your honest criticisms of Tony Khan. It is Jimmy Macram. How you doing, Jimmy?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm fine. How are you all?
Wow, that was like the nicest introduction that I think you've ever done.
Corporate Jimmy.
Actually, corporate Jimmy. Gotcha.
We're
Are you feeling in a good mood today? You seem a lot more in a good mood than usual. Like, I asked you any thoughts on the show. Usually I would get sucked or oh my god, that last segment. Like, whatever it is that piss you off, that's usually what I get first. So that's why I ask it every week, so I know what to focus more on, what to talk about a little bit more. But this week you just said
it was the
kind of one of those.
It was the type of show I enjoyed, like the format and such, the things they went about, but the actual content of the show was fine. So, like, content was like a C, the format was like an A. B-.
Averages out. There you go. A little teaser into what.
And I had a bad high. I had a bad high on Sunday.
Well, what was the bad high from?
Gummy. Don't trust these Jersey bitches. I don't do drugs, but if chick wants to do it beforehand, I'm down. I was so fucked up. I was not doing well. It felt like I was on what did I take in Oregon? Mushrooms. I was like, what the fuck is going on? What did she lace my gummy?
You took care of your Willow Nightingale business. You
she
did
was
the
small
things
and
you
Willow.
would want to do to Willow, to her.
She was small and Willow, but I did my best.
There you go. We, of course, thank you all for joining us live here for our Dynamite review. I swear, we do talk about AEW Dynamite on this show. We appreciate y'all for joining us live here. If you come and watch every Thursday at 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time, if you watch us on demand, we appreciate that as well. Show your appreciation back the simplest way possible. Drop the thumbs up on this video. Share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you're new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And I believe for the first time, we are live right now on twitch.tv/True Hill Heat Gaming. And you can subscribe over there or become a follower over there for even more additional content that we usually have, like Blunt Impact, that's going to be going live on Twitch at 8 p.m. Eastern Time tonight.
For those of you, for those of you with like great eyes, this is not lotion. This is not jacking off material.
He told you he had a date.
This is hand sanitizer. Can you see that? Keeping it a buck. Sorry.
Hey, people are creative, Jimmy. People are creative.
I can't even imagine. Oh my God.
Oh man, that's just
Really?
trying to burn stuff. But yes, we also appreciate y'all if you want to sound off in the live chat. That helps us out so much for these live streams. Sound off with your thoughts on AEW Dynamite. We'll try to highlight as many of your comments as possible. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to make sure we highlight your comment on screen and you want to hear me and Jimmy's thoughts on what you have to say, you can do that with a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. We will highlight it on screen with us. We will talk about it. And of course, you could also support us on patreon.com/True Hill Heat, $3 a month, or by hitting the join button and becoming a member for just $1 a month. So now that all the pleasantries are out the side, we got a couple of comments to highlight here. We got ALW, who says SP3 and Big Jim, happy Thursday, fellas. Solid Dynamite last night. We got Roxy, who says, good morning, everyone. Good morning to you. We got Joseph with it saying, hope all is well. We got Ace, who says, what's up, SP3, Jimmy, and chat. We got Annika, who says, don't be coming in here with the deep greetings, Jimmy.
What, my voice?
Yeah.
I didn't just wake up. I'm obviously more professional than that. It's just my voice.
Roxy says that was kind of passive aggressive.
No passive aggressive. I'm just aggressive.
Also fair. We also got Roxy, who says a B is solid.
Absolutely.
Hey.
Spoken like a public school student.
we got Dolores, who says, what's up, everyone? Yo, you stay throwing shades at public school people. And it's only funny because we went to Catholic school. Frantic World says, what's up, SP3, Jimmy, and Chad? We also got Frantic World, who says, Jimmy on Twitch. Oh boy. And we got a super chat donation from both of our good friend now. Tom Talks Rubbish. Thank you so much, Tom, for the support. He says, happy Thursday, amazing people. And you just did an interview with Tom Talks Rubbish. How did the interview go on your end, sir?
Very well. He's a pleasant host. I thought his questions were interesting. And he apparently thinks you are one of the more respected people in the internet wrestling community, which I was not only shocked to hear, but I took as a negative on his part because he doesn't get out much.
Yes, like you just complimented my friend. Oh no, you don't get out much. Oh my God, Jesus.
Well, then that I enjoyed all.
Other than complimenting you know. No, I appreciate the kind words from Tom. Tom is a great interviewer, and he interviews content creators, and I love the fact that he's been interviewing more and more from the True Hill Heat community, and I think he's the first one from what you do here to ask you for an interview, right?
Well, yes. Who's this? Someone was talking about wrestling? Sure, I'm down. Keep it nice.
Love it. And yes, ALW, calling it like it is, Jimmy Dragon.
I was merely commenting on the state of the wrestling community.
So you're like, I'm not insulting you. I'm insulting everything you do.
That's fair, yeah.
He's like, I gotta be fair and unbiased here. So Last night's AEW Dynamite for July 12th, 2023 was from Saskatchewan, Canada. What did you think about the crowd last night for AEW Dynamite?
I honestly couldn't tell if they were poorly mic'd or just ass. Both, maybe.
I think it's because we got such a good crowd in Edmonton the week before. It was just so weird how they were quiet, and they were kind of vocal for the opening match we're about to talk about. But that's the rest of the night. It just sounded like they were poorly mic'd.
Yeah, it was still very because I could hear who was talking? Prince Nana. I could hear him talking impossibly clearly.
Yeah.
But I couldn't hear everybody else in the building. What the fuck's going on there?
Weird, yes. But we kicked off things with in-ring action as it was Chris Jericho going one-on-one with your favorite, Jimmy, your favorite luchador, Commander. This matchup, I believe was to follow up with last week where Chris Jericho said he wanted to make a change, and he's in here with a person that he would be more akin to facing back in his days in WCW. And I thought they had a pretty good matchup. Commander keeping Jericho on his back foot with his speed, his amazing agility, Jericho being a great base for the luchador throughout, and the rope walk dive went off without a sitch, and he only did, I think, one other rope walk outside of that. So
yeah,
I
he did
think
them back to back. Fucking dolt.
I think he's been told, don't do so many rope walks. But I thought this one looked pretty. He at least landed a little bit onto Chris Jericho. In the end, Jericho was looking for the Judas effect, but Commander was able to block it. Jericho catches Commander off a springboard with the code breaker for a 2 count. Commander goes for another springboard, but Jericho's able to reverse that into the Lion Tamer to get the victory here. After the matchup, though, that's when things got pretty interesting, in my opinion, as Don Callis came out to the ring. Callis basically wanted to reminisce with Chris Jericho and once again ask him if he wants to join Don Callis's family. He shows him a clip of himself and Jericho with their mentor, Bad News Allen, in their early days of their career. Jericho remembers this and says Allen told them to stay together. And Callis says, "You got to admit, though, Chris, we didn't keep our promise." And Callis says, believes that Allen is looking down and smiling at the idea of the two of them getting together again. But Jericho still doesn't say yes. I love the manipulation tactics of Don Callis. That's why I said I thought the post-match was just actually a little bit better than the beginning, than the actual matchup. But what did you think about Commander versus Chris Jericho and then this post-match with Don Callis?
I can't explain how much I dislike Commander. I don't want to start off negative. This is a good show for all new viewers tuning in on Twitch or who randomly clicked on some faces on YouTube. I like the show, and Chris Jericho's one of the GOATs. And I'm sure Commander is fine somewhere. But he is... Since he's been in AEW, everything about me bothers him. Everything about him bothers me, rather. I hate his name. Commander is one of the worst names I've ever heard. It's atrocious. It's up there with Glacier. It's up there with... I'm not going to go into all of it. It's horrendous. Terrorizing. Commander is horrid. His moveset is just so... I'm going to try to make Jim Cornette upset. Everything about it just... bugs me. And then he's not particularly precise, and he's not even the best version of that in the company. He's not Ray Phoenix. He's not... I know By King was not signed. He's not him. He's not... Who else? Bandito.
But he had a good match here with Chris Jericho. Why do you always have to insult him? And he sold the hell out of that Lion Tamer. I like when Chris Jericho goes against I think the perfect type of opponents for Chris Jericho at this stage of his career are luchadors who could do all the high flying stuff around him. Or the horses, or best wrestlers in the world who could have more of a stiff match.
God damn. Ironically, that's the best list for guys for me to wrestle.
Ironically enough,
for some bum on the street to wrestle. What a coinky dink. Either Big Hoss is
hey,
do all the
he's
work.
50-something years old. What do you
We're not doing that.
expect?
We're not doing that. Yes, I do. Ninja Mortis. I love Rey Mysterio back in the day. I love Daddy back in the day. I love Ray Phoenix now. I love Penta now. I love Vikingo half the time. I'm sorry. It's just some. I love that. Just because you put on a mask doesn't make you inherently interesting. You're fantastic balance. Great. Join the circus. What do I give a fuck? Watch this. Watch this. I mean, watch him struggle to fucking stand on the ropes to do a move he could have did 5 seconds ago. That
Look
seems
what
like
I can do.
choice.
Look what I can do.
Yes. It's like, oh my god. I will admit the shooting star press one looked dope. Everything else, it's just dumb.
The dive
it's a
looked
little
good.
waste of time.
I think that's the two he should keep: the rope walk into the shooting star, and then the rope walk dive. That's it.
Let me ask you something. Since I don't be the bad guy. If he stops doing the rope walk, why do you keep him?
No, I didn't say stop doing the rope walk.
No,
I
if he
said
keeps
keep
just the two. If he keeps the two, why do you keep him? For what?
Because he is agile. He's a good worker.
Just
he can sell
based on
well.
what? He's a good worker based on what?
He's had great matches.
So is Vince McMahon. Vince, all-time great worker. All-time great. Had a great match with Shawn Michaels. Who would have thought? How did he pull that off?
How did he do that one? He's just sitting there with the top 5 best workers of all time. How do you have a great match? Commander
Because the Kingo takes chances, sir. And he's shocking. He's shocking to watch the first time you see him. It's like, what the fuck is
Ninja
this?
Mortis who says, does Jimmy even like luchador?
Yes. I love that. That'd be nice. I'll keep it clean for Twitch. Yes, I do. Ray. They're coming into our country. I love Ray. I love Vikingo. I love fucking who else?
Hoovy? You didn't like Hoovy? You didn't like the juice?
Oh, I loved Hoovy back in the day. Hoovy was great. I loved the Parker.
You don't like Pentagon.
Cash hates Pentagon. I don't care about Pentagon. I can take him or leave him. As long as he brings Ray Phoenix, he can stay.
As long as you bring your little brother, you can play. You can play with us. If you bring your little brother, yeah, it's fine. I mean, I just have to laugh at Jimmy sometimes. When you don't like somebody, you will not even compliment them when they have a good match. He had a good match.
Listen, it was a good match. All right.
It's like I said it. It's over. Backstage, we see Jungle Boy Jack Perry is hiding in a car and will not get out the car because he said it's unsafe working environment. Hook then gets into the car and he's like, "Oh shit, child lock," and then runs out. As Hook is like freaking Freddy or the freaking Scream Killer and like launches out the window to try to grab at Jungle Boy as he runs off. I will say this is the best Jungle Boy has come off since being a heel. Just keep it to short kind of promos where he can play up this chicken shit heel character, and I think it will get over. What did you think?
That was fun. This should have been what happened last week because this is actually different than the one 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
The one last week, it kind of turned me off from everything, gotta be honest. We just did an exact replica of the week before, except not as good. This one works. It's different. It has a great line in it. It was child lock. Showed Hook is not as dumb as Jungle Boy is. I'm here for it. I like this one. This was fun.
Yeah.
Now watch him do it again next week. Child lock. Because it worked last week. Ugh.
What AEW struggles with is when something does go right, they do want to repeat it the following week.
As often as possible. We're going to hear from Sting. We're going to hear from Sting. We're going to hear from CM Punk.
Oh, I remember that. Oh, my God.
God, Jesus fucking Christ. Are you serious?
It only worked 1 week. Why are we keep doing this? We got a couple of comments to feature here. Keep coming with those comments in the live chat. We love interacting with you guys. And of course, like I said before, you can send a super chat donation as well. We got here ALW who says Vince greater than Commander. When did crap come into play, Jimmy? You still high from that edible, I guess?
Wow. See a black man on the screen go with crack, huh? Fair enough, I suppose. It's your prerogative. I'm not gonna read too much into it, but I didn't say Vince was greater than Commander. I said Vince is just as good as Commander. That's the best barometer. The barometer is apparently having a great match or good match in this case. Has Vince not had a good match?
No, I said all the things he's good at, and you just took one of those things and compared it to Vince.
Has Vince not had a great match?
Is Vince agile? Is Vince agile? I said he was agile as well.
Vince can sell. He is charismatic. He's entertaining.
Can he rope walk? Can he do a rope walk?
A rope walk. This is what I'm saying. Motherfucker's that one trick pony. He drops that one trick. He's out of here. It's over. It's like that dumb hot girl. She gets in a fucking car accident. She's in deep shit.
Dan says crack comes in edibles now. We also got Roxy who says Jimmy has something against the older brothers. You do. Matt Hardy, Matt Jackson, Penta.
Can I ask a question? Are they the better are they the better of their duos? I'm just asking you guys.
You hate Austin? You hate Austin Gunn?
Is he the better of his duo? I'm just asking a question. On what planet do you guys think the older brother is better than the younger brother in any way?
In any of those cases, we got to figure out the tag team where the older brother is the better of the two.
Yeah, Andrew Tate. That's about it. Everybody else not as good as the younger brother. It is what it is. Sorry to break the news to you.
You would take Charlie Sheen over Amelia Estevez?
Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry. Entertaining counts for a lot.
Gordon Bombay. I'll take Gordon Bombay over anything Charlie Sheen's ever played. Just me. We got Big Man Dawes. It says one good thing about Commander is that his selling is pretty decent. We do have
almost Vince level.
We do have Dan who says child lock meme of the night.
Oh, thank you, Trey Jones. I like Brett better than Owen.
There you go. That's fair. We got Dan. He says he's channeling Christian, aka a la chicken shit. We got Ninja Mortis who says, I thought I was gonna love this, but the child lock popped me. We need progression. No, he's still a child. He's still Jungle Boy. He's still Jungle Boy to me.
Oh, I like myself better than my sister. That's a win. That's a win.
It's pretty good. They wanted me to drop the beat on you. People are asking me, where's the beat? Oh,
because the black thing? He's the one that fucking was racist. Why am I getting the beat dropped?
That's why I didn't drop the beat on you, because it was more of an observation off of what someone said to you instead of you just saying it. If you had just said it, then yeah, I dropped the beat and you can ask me where's the beat. But it was more of an observation of of what someone said to him. We got the polished gent who says Jimmy is a top G.
No, don't listen. I find Andrew Tate entertaining. His policies, we'll say. But I do find him interesting at the very least.
That is fair. We got a bunch of people saying, hey, yo, that's wild. You answered this one. You said Brett is better than Owen. So that's the only one. That's the only one we could find.
Brett, Owen. Are we counting Edge and Christian? I like Edge too.
You like Edge better than Christian?
I don't know better. We'll call him equal.
Okay, that's fair.
I like Undertaker more than Kane. Are we only counting real brothers?
I like Bubba Ray better than Devon. Wait, that's saying too much. We got a super chat donation here from Dan. Thank you so much, Dan. We appreciate it, man. He says SP3, hardest worker in this game, caught some spotlight today, and he still has energy for Jimmy. It's a cool, calm, collected conversation with Steven Jensen. Me and Steven Jensen, we're usually on the same page with everything, but usually everybody's on the same page with Steven Jensen. Even Jimmy likes Steven Jensen.
Yes, I do like Jensen, but he's gone down significantly in my book. He's not a fan of LA Knight, which means there's an issue.
Yo, he did a whole rant about why Kevin Nash is right about LA Knight.
Fucking embarrassing.
He said you have to at least give him one great match, and people.
Why?
Whenever he asks people, name me a great LA Knight matchup, they name a bunch of solid matchups with Cameron Grimes in NXT.
Why do we need? I don't understand. Why though? I know he's a wrestling guy.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I think that if you're a great promo, a great character, I think that gets you a long way as well.
Yeah, the longest way. I mean,
and plus, when you get to the main event scene, you're working with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. You got to be the trashiest wrestler ever not to have great matches with them. You got to be Jinder Mahal to get a main event spot and not have great matches.
Facts. Just push LA Knight. I'm not asking for much.
I just said I agreed with him not winning Money in the Bank because I was like, WWE would just be doing that for the moment and wouldn't know what the hell to do afterwards.
I agree with that mostly. I'm not gonna say you convinced me, but you said you wouldn't have him win, and then right before Money in the Bank, I agreed. I would have went with Logan Paul. I like the idea of Logan Paul taking his briefcase to all his stupid interviews, and maybe LA Knight interrupting. Damian was a fine pick. I just hate the idea of picking him because he has a story. That's the writer's job. Fucking everybody should have that's their job to make a story. I love that.
No. And I also agreed with Jensen because I feel like people are overhyping this, where I feel like people need to realize that the crowd getting behind LA Knight is a lot more similar to Zack Ryder than it is to Bryan Danielson. Those are the two biggest examples that I can think of. He's getting over because of his character and promo work. That was the same as Zack Ryder. He's not getting over because he's undeniably the best. That was Bryan Danielson. I think it's two different things of how the crowd got behind them.
I will simply reframe this to make it Bryan Danielson. The crowd is getting behind him because they feel. I'll give you another one. Just like Kofi, they feel like they're about to be robbed of something they want. And LA Knight's not getting the push they think he deserves.
We got a bunch of people saying Jensen was wilding about LA Knight. Since T5 did great. We got Joe Pearl making an appearance in the live chat. Thank you, Joel. He says Carlito is better than Primo. There, we did it. Yeah, that is true. That's undeniable. Carlito's the better.
By the way, I must say, from SmackDown on Friday, right? Yeah. SmackDown. Collision, Raw, I didn't see NXT. But if you were wondering, by the way, this is the type of wrestling that I enjoy. If you're going to do wrestling on Collision, it better be the best fucking wrestling I've ever seen. And it was really fucking good.
How good was that FTR Bang Bang Gang match?
Holy shit. Holy shit.
That might be the best AEW tag team match of the year.
Of the year?
I was like, Young Bucks been in the trios. FTR hasn't been given much. Those are the two best. Lucha Bros is more focused on ROH or doing singles than doing tag teams. So I was like, yeah, this is probably the best tag team match AEW's done all year.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. That's perfect. That I thought fucking Collision was perfect. Well, not perfect, but great.
Really good.
SmackDown, way too much talking, but if you're gonna do it, it was great. And
that trial of Roman Reigns, I talked about it on Spotlight. That was a tremendous, unbelievable how they're getting over everybody. It's not Roman, like it's not what you can argue about. Literally 95% of the top guys in the company. Roman is literally saying what he's actually doing is that he's using the bloodline to elevate everyone else around him, and it's working.
It's definitely working. It's great. It's all-time great as far as I'm concerned. And then Raw, somebody got the hint. Somebody got the memo. Everybody shouldn't get equal TV time. That's stupid. Instead, it should be built around fucking the Judgment Day. Duh. I'm not entirely sure why this is shocking.
Same thing. And NXT was also built around the Judgment Day.
Because why wouldn't you build around the most interesting people? I don't understand why that's a shocking concept.
I agree.
Apparently, Tony Khan got the memo too. A
Yeah.
lot of interesting people got more than one segment. Duh.
Exactly. That's what you do. You make narrative threads throughout your show, or at least like most important things. You have to put a spotlight on all those things every episode.
What planet does fucking Mark Merrow get as much time as Austin and Vincent Rock? That's a terrible idea.
I will say, since they reported the changes to creative, that's been something that's been more noticeable. There's been more of a focus on, like, the last couple of weeks. I think if I like just look at the thumbnail for AEWramble, I can give you like 2 or 3 important things from every episode of Dynamite.
What was the change of creative?
Well, that he actually has a team now. A team that he's acknowledging, and that he can't take all the credit for everything anymore.
See, I would take the exact opposite. He gave it up altogether, but took all the credit. I'd be fine with that. Just go away.
We got MCAS who says, my idea for Jack Perry next week. He's in the ring and says, need a lawyer, smart mark, and restraining order, and 3 security detail, Camarado, and then the match is made for whenever. Okay.
Are you aware that Camarado headlined Dynamite with fucking Dustin Rhodes at one point?
Yo, we need like a countdown since we're past 100 episodes. We need a countdown of running bits that have been repeated on AEWramble. Us making fun of the fact that Camarado main evented against Dustin Rhodes. Cash's prediction that it was supposed to be Bronson Reed, not Hangman Adam Page, to return in the Casino ladder match back in 2021.
It's just some shocking main events on Dynamite. That aside, he's got a great look about himself. I don't know about security detail because then he has to wear a shirt. But yeah, if he gets some stuff to do, that'd be cool.
That is fair. Think about the shirt. We got Frantic World who says, thank you, Jimmy. It was way too much talking.
I want to go way too much.
You have to realize what you're getting with WWE. There was only 3 matches. I did point that out when I did the review over on Sportskeeda, that there was only 3 matches on the show. I think that's a little bit much as far as not doing wrestling on a wrestling show. But when it's focused more on the bloodline, it's a little bit more excusable.
Yeah, I would cut maybe 10 minutes total because it was 35 for the opening segment, and then he came out again and talked, right?
Yeah,
I'd cut 8 from the open and 2 from the close, and then I give you some match you losers want to see. Other than that, I thought
women's match would have been nice.
They gave you 2 last week. They're being fucking greedy.
Why are you yelling at them, though?
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Women's match would have been good. I'd have been fine with that.
Yeah. We got a super chat donation here from Roxy. Thank you so much, Roxy, for the support, and a big super chat donation here. She says, do you guys think Jay White and Juice should win the belts, or what would you like to see happen? As far as my prediction for Collision on Saturday, I'm going to say FTR wins. I think that it's going to be amazing because they got 28 minutes in that first match. Now they're doing a 2 out of 3 falls match. So we're going to get 30 plus. We're getting 30 plus of these guys. And I just feel like, I was saying it on our review on Collision, of course, but Juice and Jay have been a revelation together. Like, I haven't seen 2 guys basically that I didn't think would have chemistry like that in the ring, but they just play off each other very well. Like, the chemistry as far as them as characters has worked out even better, but in the ring, I thought it was very well, and I thought that they blended very well with FTR because both guys are very old school like FTR, where Juice works like he's Billy Gunn in 1999. And Jay White works like he's Triple H in 1999, 2000. Like, it just works very well with 2 guys that are Orrin Anderson and Tully Blanchard reborn. But I think Jay and Juice lose on Saturday. And then after that, we got to transition into either Jay versus CM Punk. But whatever it is, Bullet Club Gold needs to be one of the highlights, the spotlights of Collision moving forward, because they've been one of the best things in the first month. What do you think, Jimmy?
Agreed on that. I will say this. I heard a great idea. I forgot where I heard it. Might have read it. I forget. But somebody said, and there's only one match announced for Battle of the Belts, so it could be possible, that you close Collision with FTR and Bullet Club Gold, and it spills over into Battle of the Belts, which would be a pretty good idea. I like that idea. Give him an hour. Fuck it. Give him an hour. I don't know about an hour for Juice Robinson. I mean, it's a lot of drugs. But yeah, you know what? I got FTR winning, and they probably should win, though. Juice and Jay feel revelations of, I thought was too much of a word, but pretty close. Like, I'm shocked how much it's working. I might just put the belts on and say fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, after that matchup on Collision, and I know you were very high on Andrade and Buddy, and we had our debate about the Moxley and Ishii match. I thought FTR Bullet Club Gold, but I thought FTR Bullet Club Gold was better than both of those matches.
It was definitely better than Moxley Ishii. That's a wild statement that's even in the conversation. It's outrageous and disgusting. It's blasphemous to everybody involved. But
it's not blasphemous. It's actually an accurate statement.
You know what? I'm gonna give it to it. I mean, I just prefer singles matches usually, but I'll give it to the tag team match. I really like that match.
Definitely the best match FTR has had in like 6, 7, 8 months.
Where the fuck have they been? Just fucking agreed. I'm not gonna get upset. They're here now, having weird matches. Be quiet.
MCAS says ROH went from being good to AEW Dark in like a month. That was quick and disappointing. Yes, it definitely was.
It is egregious. Is it not egregious? Why the fuck haven't you hired a booker? To just let them, you don't care about it. Just let them do whatever the fuck they want to do on fucking ROH. I don't understand.
I would have immediately been like, here, Regal, you book this. You book this. You be my number 2 when he had Regal there. But hey, teach us own. We go backstage following the whole Don Callis and Chris Jericho segment, and Renee wants a comment from Don, who says that he's going to take care of that later. He says later tonight, though, he is ready to announce and name the 5th member of Blackpool Combat Club's team for Blood and Guts, and he says we got everything handled and under control, and he said he's going to come out there alone because Kenny Omega is a gutless coward who won't come out and put his hands on him. Don Callis is like one of my favorite heel characters in wrestling.
He's so over the top. He's been over the top for 25 years, and I love it every time. It's just so, he's a coward. He won't come out. He should just put a big shirt on that says "Come out." I need it for my angle.
I need it. You're coming into a trap, you coward. Negro Bug says, "Hell yeah, Jimmy! Give them an hour. I'd be totally down for that." Who do you have in Punk versus Ricky Starks? Owen Hart Cup.
If nobody turns CM Punk, I really hope for a turn. From who? I don't care. I don't care.
I'll take either or. I will say, if it felt like, especially with last week's Collision and then what's coming up on Saturday, the Owen Hart Cup feels more important later this year than it did, or than it did later last year. Earlier last year, the Owen Hart Cup felt important when they were doing like those qualifying matches with like Dax versus Cash and stuff like that. And then later, it didn't feel as important. Whereas this year, when it got to the semifinals, it felt like the level of importance went up a bit. Do you agree?
Yes. That's mostly due to CM Punk, one would imagine. He has gone quite overboard with his promoting of it. But you know what? It's worked. It's the most important match in my life. Really? Sure, let's go with that.
Right, dude, you've been a 2-time AEW World Champion. Come on, don't shit on the company again. We got Dan saying AEW Tag Champs and ROH Tag Champs nowhere defending. Well, you get AEW Tag Team titles defended on Saturday on Collision. We got Negro Buck who says, "Damn, ROH isn't good now. That's whack." Sometimes it could be good. but sometimes it's just overly long for no good reason at all.
It's just dark.
We got Big Man Dogs who says Tony is definitely using Chat GPT to book ROH.
When I see some of those cards, that's my exact thought. Like, what the fuck is this? Who came up with this? What kind of soulless monster did this?
Got Frantic World that says have BC Gold win the AEW tag titles, and we get MJF and Adam face them. The history between Adam and Jay White is right there. That is true.
To be fair, there's history between FTR and MJF.
That is true too. Yeah.
Yeah. That never got resolved, by the way. They put it back together for half a second. The pinnacle is not over. And then it was over.
Plus, Adam Cole beat Dax in the Owen Hart Cup last year, too.
Oh, that counts. We'll use it. We'll use it. Tell me more.
We will use it. You're allowed to use our ideas. We've given you clearance. We've given you authorization, Tony. We got MCAS who says another idea: MJF and Cole win tourney, only to lose to FTR in Hartford on Collision. The reason why they lose, CM Punk interferes to cost MJF the tag titles. That makes MJF the babyface. And despite that, all the fans seemingly wanting to retrieve him as a babyface when he's been positioned with Adam Cole here, I don't think that's the goal long term.
No, that's a wild idea. I'll just say, I'll be nice.
Next, I didn't mention that when he came out, but Polished Gent putting in the comments here saying, my favorite thing is how Don Callis's new theme is just a single ominous tone, and the Tron is just a picture of his face looking directly at the camera in a villainous manner. So simple, so absurd. Yo, that ominous tune, that is like the sound of heat.
I was hearing it's like a whirring sound. I took my headphones off. So what the fuck is that? What is this? This is awesome.
It's like it's awful, but it's also awesome. Next, we get a recap of Adam Cole and MJF's relationship, and we had my favorite segment of the night, Jimmy, because we got another out of ring segment, and they are killing it this year with out of ring segments. We got MJF and Adam Cole. They are at a bar last week with they're taking shots together. They look like they're taking about 4 each, with MJF not being pleased over Cole not wearing their team shirts. Then we get some attractive women come in, and MJF says 2 for me and 2 for you. And Cole says that's not gonna work for him. And then he's like, oh, yeah, right. And he was like,
no, he says, he says, I can get rid of these cameras.
He's like, I can get rid of these cameras. But Cole says, no, I actually really care about Britt. And MJF says, well, it makes 4 for daddy. So he asks the girls if they want to go to the banya with him. We see Adam Cole talking to the cameraman, and MJF comes back zipping up his pants. He says he says the maximum ride is spent. The maximum ride is spent. Cole says that he'll put the team shirt on if they do what he wants to do next, and MJF says cool with him, and Cole wants to play AEW Fight Forever in the hotel room, which MJF is not pleased about at all, but he eventually gets the hang of it. They start working together. They start teaming up in the game and having a tag team match. And MJF is actually having fun. And he says video games can actually be fun when you got some buddies to do it with. And Cole asks him, he's like, you never played multiplayer games with your friends? He was like, well, you have to have friends to do that. So Cole tells him to pause the video game, and he says that when they originally teamed up with each other, he said he had all the attention in the world to turn on him at the very first opportunity. And MJF was like, dude, I was totally gonna do that too. But he tells MJF, he was like, you're actually a really good dude, and I think that we make a really good team. And MJF says, how about we not only just win the tournament, but we win the AEW World Tag Team Championships? Cole says, let's do it. And they actually get the job done in the video game, hitting FTR with Shatter Machine, and we get a slow motion celebration from our new friends. Jesus. And like I said, I said I'm talking about Juice and Jay, and their chemistry in the ring, amazing. What they did with FTR and Collision. But this is like debatable Mount Rushmore of instant charisma as far as two characters in like promos, backstage segments, vignettes that I've seen that goes right up there, in my opinion, with Rock and Sock Connection, Team Hell No,
maybe
Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. Like, this feels like instant chemistry with one another, where we know that this is not long for that doesn't have a long shelf life, but we want it to because it's working. Jimmy, what did you think about this? A week 2 of the bromance between Cole and MJF.
These are my favorite segments of the night. And that's 2 weeks in a row, and they're just a whole bunch of fun. They do have great chemistry with one another. MJF in particular loves being over the top, and these segments have his fingerprints all over it. The 4 women, he's zipping up his pants almost right away. That was fast. And then we get some more MJF lore. I never had any friends. Oh, right. I forgot MJF was a fucking loser in high school, apparently.
He used to get made fun of all the time.
Right.
I'm
have
sorry,
quarters thrown at him.
That hit me in the heartstrings. MJF is he's a sympathetic character.
Yes, you also simps. I agree. And this was fun. I really enjoyed this. I don't know how much longer I want this to go. Rock and Sock is outrageous, but everybody else is about right.
Instant chemistry, you telling me? Rock and Sock is cheating because they had chemistry as opponents already before they started doing the segments and the promos together. But man, like, as far as like instant chemistry as a duo, it's right out there. I would put them number 5. I forgot all the teams that I named, but I said Rock and Sock, I said Team Hell No, Jericho and Owens, and there was one other. I think there was one other in there. But yes.
I mean, I don't matter. I really enjoyed it. So there's 2 more weeks, right? Because the tag with title match would be the 29th.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's a loss. That could be fun. Oh, Booker T and Goldust. God damn.
Yes, that was the other team. That was the other team I put. That is exactly who I was thinking. Thank you.
That's a really good one. Holy shit.
Yeah. That was the other one.
It has to be a tag. It has to be a tag team.
It has to be a tag team. Yeah.
Okay. Let's take Austin Angle's up there.
I thought of them too, but they weren't technically a tag team, and they didn't really do enough with how much chemistry they had together. But we do have a super chat donation here from our good friend Kid Get Money is Kid Sends Money. And he says, MJF left with 4 girls, came back 3 seconds later, ready to play video games. In kayfabe, was this a size or performance issue? Insert Blue Chew ad here.
That's hilarious.
That's just great.
I'm like,
I
hate to use a history reference. Sorry, when it comes to sex. Sorry, but much like Napoleon, I don't think MJF cares about what anybody else is getting out of this. This is simply for me. I'm getting in. I'm getting out. I'm done. Great. I'm out of here. Appreciate it.
I appreciate the uses of your parts, and yeah. Let me go home. Do you need an Uber? You should probably work on that. I can see MJF saying any and everything of the above. But yes,
Indeed.
I thought I absolutely adored these segments. Just MJF, man. He needs one of these buddy tag teams to go well for him because he just knows how to work it so well.
Yes. What do you do with it though? Everybody's expecting a turn, and a turn is coming.
Yeah.
If he wasn't the champ, I might consider keeping them together. But he's the champ. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We got MCAS who says next week Cole and MJF go on a double date with DMD and Rebel. That would be a hoot.
That would be
am here for
perfect.
that.
But Rebel's missing.
No, but that's as one of their managers. They can still say, "Oh no, they're still friends," and do this segment. Like, oh, I told you he's a good guy. You're gonna see it tonight. I can see the whole premise.
That could be hilarious. I'm down.
Because we're gonna talk about later in the night. We did see some of Britt being upset with this whole relationship. Well, we'll get into that a little bit later. And I think Frantic World mentioned it here in the comments saying MJF was wild, and Britt calling Adam Cole about his night out with MJF was so funny. Yeah. We got Negro Buck who says this duo is gold. I was laughing the entire time. I did the all for MJF. Then they had me smiling at the end. This gave me the different emotions. It was great. We do got Negro Buck who says, I love the adding to the MJF lore. Now he never had any friends. No, that's been established. That's been established since the very first lore promo with the CM Punk promo. He used to get nickels thrown at him because he was a little Jew boy, remember? People, you got to remember these MJF lore promos,
yes, I remember.
Man.
I remember. MJF went to fucking high school in the 1960s, apparently. He was getting quarters thrown at him and called the That shit happened once. He's made his entire childhood.
It used to happen to me all the time. I want some change. And they used to throw it at me. We got Ace saying Adam Cole got MJF to play AEW Fight Forever. Best segment of the night. We also got Frantic World who says Adam and MJF had a Xbox and PS5 controllers. They had different controllers.
Absolutely.
Didn't even
Absolutely. Well, you got to satisfy all your...
you got to be fair. If he had one and didn't have the other, they'd be like, oh, you're a poser. You're not a real gamer. We got Kid Get Money with another. Kid Sends Money, who he says, MJF still banging rats.
You do what you got to do.
Banging rats and making them...
4 of them. Took them for the team. Took 2 for the team.
Took 2 for the team. 2 for the show. Ready, go. We had the Blind Eliminator Tournament next, as it was Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy versus Sammy Guevara and Daniel Garcia. I like the different stories of all the teams in the Blind Eliminator Tournament, where you have Darby and Orange Cassidy, who had some experience before the tournament and seem like they're growing as a team. You got Darby Allin, you got Sammy Guevara and Daniel Garcia on the other hand, who are friends in the Jericho Appreciation Society, but seemingly having a falling out before our eyes. And I love the little exchanges between the competitors here. Orange going at it with Daniel Garcia, continuing their great rivalry that they have started over the International Championship. Garcia looked like he was going to put him away at one point with the Dragon Tamer before everybody else got into play. We had Sammy going at it with Darby Allin throughout this contest, but then eventually Prince Nana comes down. He grabs Darby's skateboard and tells Daniel Garcia to use it on Orange. This distracts the referee as Darby tries to take the skateboard away, and this leads to the referee being distracted long enough for Swerve to come in and hit the house call. Then Sammy follow up with GTH for the win as Sammy Guevara and Daniel Garcia advance in the Blind Eliminator Tournament. What we didn't see on camera is Sammy actually went to Darby and shook his hand after the matchup, continuing the little respect storyline that we have going on between Darby and Sammy. But I thought this was a great match. I thought these 4 guys really blend together very well, just have a nice mix of their different styles, and it delivered another great matchup here. And I like Sammy and Garcia winning, because I don't think it was very predictable. And I know there was a lot of people that thought Orange and Darby would win here. Do you think that would have been the right decision? And what did you think about the match overall?
First things first, nobody's gonna like Darby. Please stop trying to make us not Darby. Sammy. It's not happening. Let's move on with life. Let me see the bracket again. You put that up. Is it the first time we've seen this bracket?
That's the first time we've seen the bracket. Yes.
Holy shit! What the fuck? Fucking bunch of incompetence.
How do you see? Let us see the bracket after it's almost done.
It's a nice looking bracket too. This was really a match. I enjoyed this match quite a bit. I'm shocked that Darby and Orange Cassidy didn't win. Now that I think about it, I'm not mad about it, especially considering how over Adam Cole and MJF are as this silly babyface team. I have to be honest. I keep harping on Sammy because a lot of this is not his fault. Some of it is. A significant portion of it is. Nobody made you propose to your girlfriend on national television. Whew. Anyway, but it's shocking how much better I find Garcia to watch than Sammy. I prefer his wrestling. His dancing is the highlight of everything he does. Everything in that match, that's the highlight. I don't know why, where it came from, or why it works.
I love the fact that now he's doing the thing where he acts like he's gonna do it and then waves the crowd off. It's kind of like when Brian got over yes and started doing no and stopped doing the yes shit. When you see something's over, you take it away. That makes you a heel.
I know, because it really bothers me. Like him dancing on Keith Lee's back is the highlight of my year, I think. That aside, we're still trying to make this Sammy thing happen. What do you think? I don't understand. When TK loves you, good Lord,
he will never let go. He never
Sammy,
letting go.
QT Marshall, this love he has was shocking to me. Tony Schiavone, who shouldn't have a job, at least not in that booth. What are we doing?
We got
love you,
Annika.
Tony.
Aniko says, "Boo, no." Darby and OC and versus MJF and Cole has way more story in it. There's a lot of story, definitely more story there than with the Garcia and Guevara tag team matchup. But I agree with Jimmy that it makes sense for them to win because MJF and Cole are so over as this babyface tag team. And there's also history there with Cole beating Garcia on his return match. You got the history between Sammy Guevara and MJF, which is vast, with them being stablemates in Inner Circle, being rivals as well, and then even trying to be on the same page heading into Double or Nothing. So I think there's a lot of story there as well.
That same proposal was not on Dark because I don't watch Dark. So if I saw it, that means it wasn't on Dark. That's how that works. It just wasn't. It just wasn't. It wasn't on Rampage either because I don't watch Rampage. The fact that I saw it means it was, unless they just re-showed it on Dynamite, it didn't happen that way. That's not how that works.
And I think that the fact that we're not getting Orange and Darby in the matchup next week with MJF and Adam Cole furthers my new thought process that Orange Cassidy is the baby face AEW's been waiting for to dethrone MJF.
That's what I said, Nikki. I said unless they show the clip on Dynamite. No, stop it. That's not happening.
Will you stop hating on Orange Cassidy? You're such a
I'm
hater.
not hating on Orange Cassidy.
Hating on Orange Cassidy. Hating on it. Can you deny that he is one of the top baby faces in the company?
No. Why is this a question? He is.
Okay, I'm just making sure. We're on the same page with that. All right. Next, we had Nick
Great
Wayne. Huh?
Yeah, great babyface. How's that? All you idiots think. I mean, all of you people. Sorry. I said they showed it on Dynamite.
You could have
this. Unless they showed it on Dynamite. That's what I said. It's literally the last thing I said in my soliloquy. Unless they replayed it on Dynamite. I'd be like, Jimmy, actually, they replayed it on Dynamite. Thank you for that thing I said. I appreciate it. Almost as if you guys are listening.
We get week 2 of Nick Wayne vignette introducing him. We see him training in his garage with the wrestling ring, and he lets us know that he's been training for wrestling at 9 years old. He stepped in his first wrestling ring at 6 months old. He talks about when his father died and how his mom told him that his dad's heart wasn't working anymore, and he said that motivated him to take wrestling even more seriously and got his in-ring career started, and now he's wrestling for both of them. I think that AEW has done a great job with these 2 vignettes, but I actually wanted to keep going. You know how WWE, WWF used to have vignettes even after the guy debuted? I think this is the guy to try it out in AEW, because I feel like these vignettes will go a long way towards getting him over with the AEW fan base. What do you think?
I feel like I'm missing something, and I don't know what it is, because why? Like, I get what you mean. I get what you're saying exactly. These things help, but why do we want to do that? Like, what about Nick Wayne makes us go, yes, more this?
He's 18 years old. They're always looking for young new stars. He's very talented for 18 years old as well.
I don't
You
care
would
about how
think that
talented you are for 18.
he's very talented in general. How about that?
Okay. You said so.
But yeah, I think they have enough things there that they can market him as like a new young star.
Okay.
You asked the question. I answered the question.
You did. You damn sure did. I'm missing something, clearly. I don't know what it is. I will say this, though. Do we think, what is his ceiling? Because the way they're talking about him, I was expecting Ospreay, and it was certainly not that.
It's Ospreay at 18. I remember.
That's what I'm
Ospreay
saying.
At 18.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they're expecting to actually
now.
be good.
It's not Ospreay now. That's what people need to realize.
And I remember not liking Ospreay when he was younger, because it's a bunch of flips and a whole bunch of nothing. And now he's an all-time great wrestler.
I don't expect you to like Nick Wayne.
Okay. Yeah, I just don't expect anybody to like Nick Wayne. I'm thoroughly curious about the ratings. As we fucking push this guy to the moon. That aside, if you're saying this is an investment, this kid's gonna fucking be fucking Ospreay one day. So fucking we're getting him now, and we're showing him that we love him. So when he's the shit in 5 years, everybody's happy.
Exactly. You're getting it. Roxy says, "Damn, Jimmy, give the poor young man a chance."
Yes, I give every poor young man a chance off my fucking television screen. That's when you're getting the chance. When I don't have to watch. When everybody's not telling me how fucking great you are. That's the chance. I'm not hating on Nick Wayne. He's fine. You're just telling me he's the shit. I'm like, he's like every other mildly athletic white guy I've ever seen on AEW television.
Steven Chambers says Nick Wayne, Billy Stark, Sky Blue, bright future in AEW.
Bright future. Sure. Yes. I'm here for White Sammy Guevara. Go ahead.
White Sammy Guevara, I'm done. No, he did. Ninja Mortis says we got rid of 1 second generational when we got rid of Pillman Jr. What more do you want, Jimmy? Yeah, he got rid of. Did you hear Pillman Jr. got removed from the roster? His contract expired.
I saw. I don't want to laugh. I mean, motherfuckers have a job, but
you just did.
But yeah, I'm not crying. I'm not shedding any fucking tears. I'll say that much. Sorry, he's fine. He's fine. He's fine. If you tell me we're replacing Pillman Jr. with Nick Wayne, that's an upgrade. Yes. What?
We got Big Man Dogs who says, "Yeah, Ospreay only got good after his body started getting busted."
Absolutely. Realize that's a bad idea. Let's slow this shit down. Let's learn how to wrestle.
Like maybe I shouldn't do 630s and 450s and all this. We get Roderick Strong backstage in a neck brace, and he asks Adam Cole if he is starting to really like MJF. Cole has been on the phone this entire segment as Renee is trying to interview him because it seems like Britt Baker is not pleased with him after his night out with MJF. He eventually gets off the phone to talk to Roddy, and he says that he's like, no, dude, he knows I have my boundaries. And then he gets a text from MJF saying he has the flu. He said that no, he said, I just saw, he was like, yeah, man, I'm ready. Are you ready to hit that double clothesline tonight? He says, oh, wait, I just saw Brian Cage in the hallway. I think I have the flu. I might not be able to go. And he gets back on the phone and calls MJF and tells him, no, you better come. I love it. I love it so much. And I love Roddy as the friend who's like, don't fall for it.
I don't. He's in the same group with the fucking shitty Dark Order. Fucking, did you really come to bug me in a neck brace? What the fuck? What are you doing here? Get the fuck out. Go to sleep somewhere. You stink. Holy shit. That is wild. Yeah, you're not really friends with that guy. As you stand there in a neck brace, I think your priorities are not quite in order, sir.
I think you should just worry about being healthy, sir.
Go home. But yes, after I got past that part, which I had to rewind, so to be laughing at dummy. That was great. All that stuff was fun. More MJF and Cole, please. The second time they popped up tonight, because they're two of the best people on the roster. That's how that should work.
I love it. I want to see more of it. And that brought us to our blind eliminator matchup of Brian Cage and Big Bill versus MJF and Adam Cole. Once again, I absolutely adore their entrance. Just the excitement on MJF's face and him pumping his leg, his stomping his foot before he does the boom is just hilarious to me. And him running around Adam Cole as well. I will say, Brian Cage and Big Bill actually made a pretty decent team. I thought they worked really well with each other. But this was MJF working a crowd to the absolute T, one-on-one, where in the opening minute of the matchup, before the bell rings, MJF asks the crowd, you want me to body slam him? Talking to Big Bill, and that became the story of the matchup. MJF kept going for the body slam. Big Bill's too big. They isolated MJF for a while. He makes a hot tag to Adam Cole, and he comes in, and he goes wild for a little bit. MJF comes back in, and he's finally able to hit the body slam, and it gets over huge. This crowd pops huge for the body slam on Big Bill. Brian Cage was looking good, dominating both men. Eventually he's isolated as they take Big Bill out on the outside. They're looking for the doubles clothesline, but Big Bill's able to clothesline them both. Brian Cage is able to clothesline them both, but they take out Big Bill, eventually do a double team to Brian Cage, hitting the Heat Seeker into the boom as Adam Cole and MJF advance in the Blind Eliminator Tournament. After the matchup, they get on the mic and they have some words to say. MJF asks Canada if there's any devil worshippers, and he acknowledges how over he is in Canada. But then he says, you know who else is over? And he tells him to do the thing. Adam Cole, baby. And MJF says that the double clothesline is coming, which gives us a double clothesline chant from the crowd. After explaining boundaries to MJF, Cole says that he never expected this to work, but they're doing pretty well, and they're ready to win the tournament next week and win the titles in Hartford, Connecticut at the end of the month, because MJF says, we're better than you, and Cole says, baby. All the while, Roderick Strong is watching. He's just watching in the back, and he doesn't seem impressed with this new fledgling tag team. I absolutely love this. This was so much fun. Not as good in the ring as the previous Blind Eliminator matchup, but I thought it was so much more fun. Had a lot more story to it, and MJF's ability to get the most simplest moves over is why he is very much in the conversation for top 5 best wrestlers in the world. because as much as he doesn't wrestle, he's able to get things over in a way that not a lot of other wrestlers can today. And he proved that again with the body slam in this matchup. And Cole MJF, this pairing, another thumbs up segment. What did you think?
It was quite a lot in the beginning. Like, even as much as I love my sports entertainment, it was a lot. I was like, how
with the
long is this
push-ups
gonna
and
go on?
stuff.
Yeah, I was like, this is quite a bit. And then it wasn't a lot. You know what bothered me? I think what bothered me. I remember what it was. I hate the breaking of rules, especially by referees. Fucking dummy starts doing push-ups, and then I think it's Cage. Cage goes over to hit him, and the referee stops him to let him do his fucking push-ups. Nigga, the bell has rung. The fuck is you on? If you don't move, that aside, everything else was great. I loved every bit of this. I love Big Bill goading MJF and doing push-ups, and then kicks him right in the back.
It's like you're gonna let him outdo you with the push-ups. Do it.
Yeah, take this stupid. That was great. This was fun. This was a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying this tag team. It's my favorite. Yeah, it's my favorite angle going on AEW right now with Relative Ease. I wouldn't mind seeing Big Bill and Brian Cage as a tag team together.
Me either.
That at all.
Me either. I actually like them as a tag team. Bill and Cage. Come on.
Yeah, it works. It works. I'm here for it. This turn is gonna be awesome. But to me, it's got to be so. If it's gonna be light, like kind of goofy, then Cole's got to come out on top of the turn. Like, MJF goes to hit him and Cole ducks and super kicks him or something. But if it's gonna be MJF getting one up on Adam Cole, it's got to be graphic. It's got to be remind you who Max is. Like, oh shit, we got to hang on like we did Punk.
Yes, never trust the devil. Never trust the devil. But yeah, I'm very interested to see where this goes now. But they were able to do this. Like it seems like in 3 weeks they've been able to really turn this around. And we asked the question a month ago: how were they able? They're going to be able to push this all the way to even the UK if they're eventually going to do the match there. And they found the way with this pairing.
They did. Shocking.
I'm very surprised. Very, very surprised myself. Next, we go backstage and we see Chris Jericho. We see Jake Hager is outside of Chris Jericho's locker room. He goes.
Wait a minute. Time out. Nope. I can't let you get away with that. Because last week you told me that they were okay with not using interviewers for these backstage segments, and look how he's moved on and blah. And everyone.
Alex Marvez was there.
Shitty. Yeah, he's waiting for us, so it's okay if we go in. What the fuck? Just do the stupid backstage thing. What the fuck are you on about? Holy shit.
You okay now?
The WWE started doing this stupid shit too, where it's like this weird, we all stand. That's like the Judgment Day, they all stand facing the camera, but it's like this force of, it's weird. It's weird.
Very weird. People don't stand backstage like that. People don't do that. They just don't. We see, Alex Marvez with Jake Hager, who says that Jericho's waiting for us so we can go in. And he says that Jericho is considering the Callis offer. So Hager goes over their history together, saying that he helped save his life in Abu Dhabi, and he brought him into AEW, and he left the undefeated MMA career to come and have his back through 2 different groups. And Jericho says that he still don't know, but he has to do what's best for him. And Hager says that he has to do the same, and he hands Chris Jericho his hat, and he really loved that hat. What did you think about this segment here as they further this whole Don Callis decision for Jericho?
I'm glad we had Chris Jericho again, second time tonight. As much as I find his shoes to be awful, but he's apparently when he's running around doing nothing, I enjoy him quite a bit. Jake Hager's purple hat. Oh, I'm glad we paid off the purple hat. I'm glad he got a nice finish. I love Jake Hager leaving first. It makes sense. I like his saying, I fucking left my MMA career to watch your back. So when Jericho goes, well, I got to do the best of me. Maybe seem like even more of a dickhead. This all just works. This all worked for me, shockingly so. I really liked it. I don't need to see more Jake Hager. If this is the end of Jake Hager, that'd be fucking fantastic. Fantastic send off. This best segment ever. This is great.
He's like, went out on high. Bye, guys. See you later. Take care. Not the purple hat. Next, we had our Owen Hart Cup Foundation. This is the longest title ever. Our Women's Owen Hart Cup Foundation Tournament Semifinals.
Must be 9:30.
As Ruby Soho, along with Saraya and Toni Storm of the Outcast, went up against Sky Blue. Sky Blue, we say it pretty much every week.
Lord.
She improves and she's getting better in the ring, and she is. I know you're not paying attention to that, but
why do we pick that? Yeah, why do we pick that picture? How am I going to pay attention to anything you're fucking saying?
I don't know. Why did I pick that picture? Eventually, the Outcasts get involved a little too much, which leads to Saraya and Toni Storm being kicked from ringside. This comes after Storm throwing Sky Blue into the steel steps at ringside. Back into the ring, Sky Blue makes a comeback. She looks like she's about to, make her way to a victory, but Ruby Soho is able to cut her off. She gets her in a half crab, but Blue is able to get herself to the ropes. Eventually, Blue scores some more offense, and she goes to the top rope, looking to put Ruby Soho away. But Ruby Soho treats the referee like it's Karl Malone working the pick and roll, as she uses him as a screen diversion, and then hits Sky Blue with a middle rope, no future kick for the 1-2-3. This one went 8 minutes, 36 seconds, and Ruby Soho, back-to-back years, advances to the finals of the Owen Hart Cup Memorial Tournament. I like this decision, and I called this decision from the very start. I saw Willow on one side. I was like, she's got to make it to the finals. Who's the best person on the left-hand side? It's Ruby Soho, and we get this presumably going to get a battle of former tag team partners in the finals here. But what do you think about the match with Ruby and Blue and the decision to have Ruby advance to the finals?
That you called it. Everybody called it. It's common sense. You just shocked dumb use common sense, which I guess is a fucking prediction in and of itself. I am happy. I really like Willow. I wouldn't put it past Dummy to fuck this up at the last second, but for the moment, all things are on schedule. I'm here for this. I told you once Willow beat Sasha Banks, Mercedes last name. I knew
Mercedes last name.
I knew Willow was a star. I saw it clearly, and I'm glad Dummy has seen it as well. This is an obvious move. You push Willow. She beats Ruby. They beat her down or something at the end. Fucking Jamie Hayter comes out. Who cares? The Willow wins is the most important part. Absolutely. Yeah, Kyle Fletcher came up. Told you. Absolutely. Dante got hurt. You're out. Sorry, Charlie. Tried to tell you. Sky Blue's like it's time. Dante, you're up. Sorry.
We got Ninja Mortis screaming on the chat saying Sky Blue isn't improving. Sky Blue is in the ring with people who fucking know how to work. Jesus Christ. Relax.
Jesus. He does not fuck with Sky Blue at all. Okay, fair enough.
Apparently so. I've seen Sky Blue work with people in Ring of Honor who aren't that great of workers, and she's had good matches. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
she has improved.
Excuse me.
We got Frantic World who says this was a really good women's match, and Sky Blue put the A in TNA. Okay. We got Roxy who says Ruby should win the cup. We got I think that this should create the story for the third year where she could go 3 years in a row to the finals, and it's like, are you gonna lose again? I think that this is good to have year-to-year narrative threads with your tournaments. So Ruby making it back-to-back years to the finals, I feel losing again makes the story better for year 3.
Jesus, we're not booking for year 3. Willow's a star. Willow wins.
We're booking for year 3. We're booking for year 3.
Got a star on your hands.
Yeah.
Don't fuck this up.
I think Willow beats Athena on Rampage, which sets up something else. She then beats Ruby in the finals on Saturday. And then next Friday is ROH Death Before Dishonor. And you just complete the trilogy there. And you do Willow beats Athena for the Ring of Honor women's title.
What? You were doing so well. We're not banishing her to that fucking shitstorm of a promotion. Absolutely not. No, please. I don't ask for much. Please, no. Please.
Fair. That's fair. That's also fair. Next we have we go backstage to QTV crew as they they introduce the latest single from Harley Cameron, Rap Lessons, as she basically does the same rap she did against Anthony Bowens on Rampage a few weeks ago, where she does like the little Eminem speed rapping. She tells Daddy Ass that he's a geriatric. She tells Max Caster that he can't even rap. I mean, it was visually good. That's all I can say. What did you think, Jimmy?
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. She's never been the worst female white rapper I've heard in the last couple weeks. She might not be bottom two. I've been overly acclaimed. I'm definitely over the acclaimed offshoots. I don't need any of this. I appreciate the sports entertainment attempt, but I'm gonna pass. If you don't mind, please get rid of all this. Please. I don't mind. Please.
No, you're gonna get more of it. You're gonna get more of it, and you're gonna like it, and you're not gonna say a word about it to anyone. But yeah, I was like, she actually raps better than I thought she would. It's still absolute trash though.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I think
to
that's
be fair. Max Caster's not fucking Jay-Z over here. Like, just a nigga who puts words together. Like, she's as good as he is.
Fair. That's fair. MCAS says Ruby about to go 0-3 in tournament finals in AEW. Yes, she's lost the first Owen tournament. She lost the TBS championship tournament. And now she will go to her third tournament finals. We got Ninja Mortis, who's still on this, saying, Sid, is Sky Blue on Trish's level on Pootie? On Promise Braxton? Or is she gonna be like Brandy / Anna Jay and just get carried in every match? I think
he's so fucking bad.
I know. Why are you so angry? I don't understand.
Blue. That's wild. Nobody should have this much emotional investment in Sky Blue.
Exactly. I've seen Promise Braxton on the independent scene in her appearances in AEW. Sky Blue is better. She just is.
Ooh. Oh,
she
shit.
just is. Tootie.
Is this
Tootie
Trish?
I think
Adora,
Tootie.
Her name is?
No. Maybe he's talking about Trish Adora. That would make more sense. As far as Tootie Lynn, Sky Blue's better. She just is. As far as Trish Adora, I think Trish Adora is better in ring than Sky Blue, but wrestling is more than just in ring. Me and Jimmy talk about that every single week here on the show. Overall, Sky Blue is further along than Trish Adora. Not by much. I think it's by a step because she just has more charisma to her, more of that star power, that presentation is a little bit better than it is for Trish Adora.
Are those several different code words for ass? Presentation, star power, she got a great future behind her.
Behind her.
She's a lot of sure.
Listen up, you prick.
That's what you say when your dick's not working. Hey.
Listen up, you prick. We got Ninja Mortis who says Iggy Azalea really gets heat. Who's gonna be her Azalea Banks?
Oh, that's a good question. I have a hot take. I do awful things to Iggy Azalea. I don't care that she's a cultural appropriator. I don't give a fuck about any of this shit. She's fine as hell. I don't care that it's all plastic. It has nothing to do with me of any kind. Have you ever felt plastic tits? They're not bad. Plastic ass, I haven't felt plastic ass, but tits aren't bad. Don't mind me. I'm going somewhere else. What was
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I think we need another super chat for me getting this stream demonetized. I catch myself afterwards. My bad. Yeah. No, she's not Iggy. Harley Cameron. Sorry.
No, she's no Iggy Azalea. No, she's definitely not that. Next, we had what was technically the main event of the night, Jimmy. We had Nick Wayne making his AEW in-ring debut, going up against Swerve Strickland. Nick Wayne came to the ramp with Darby Allin. Commentary talked about how his 18th birthday was the day before yesterday, and I really enjoyed his music. I thought the music was a good choice to kind of build some hype around him, give him a little bit of a presentation for his entrance.
He's young, he's hip. Listen to the black people talk in the background. Right, I got it. I'm with you.
And him and Swerve had what was shaping up to be just a pretty good matchup, but I really feel like when they hit third gear, they really put their foot on the gas and really had an excellent closing stretch to this matchup. Darby Allin comes out on stage to root Nick Wayne on. At this point, it looks like Swerve is about to hit him with a big avalanche move, but Nick Wayne's able to reverse it into an avalanche poison Rana. He follows up with Wayne's World for a 2 count, the diving cutter for a very, very close 2 count where Swerve gets his foot on the ropes. Nick Wayne puts Swerve on the top rope and he goes for a Hurricane Rana himself, but Swerve's able to counter that into a power bomb for another very close 2 count. We get the last call by Swerve for another 2. He glares at Darby Allin before picking up Nick Wayne, giving him the JML driver for the win. This one goes 10 minutes, 36 seconds, but honestly, it didn't even feel that long. It was just so fast-paced action, a lot of back and forth stuff, but it got over Nick Wayne as an underdog babyface. It gave Swerve Strickland a much-needed victory in here, and it also further progressed what seems to be building between Swerve Strickland and Darby Allin, or the wider Mogul Embassy versus Darby and Sting and Friends. What did you think about this matchup? And we'd be amiss if we didn't mention that Nick Wayne got the hashtag All Elite graphic after the matchup here. So he is officially hashtag All Elite. What did you think about his performance, the match with Swerve, and what this win did for Swerve?
That is some great makeup by whoever did his makeup in that picture. He looks like a whole grown man there. But if you saw the video they did of him earlier, he looks like a fucking 17-year-old kid. Just went to prom. He's got like acne and shit. Like this weird face, like some man from the NBA. Fuck it. I don't get into it. Not knocking it. This is what happens when you're a teenager. I'm just saying. What were we talking about? All right, the match. Match was good. It was a really good match. Swerve is fantastic. I'm on the Swerve bandwagon. Swerve is great to watch. He is dynamic. He's got a character. He's completely in charge and capable when he's in the ring. He feels completely competent. And he's put on, I'm going to guess, 15 pounds since he first showed up to AEW. He looks significantly bigger, like wider. And it works a lot. The match was good. As good as you all told me it was going to be. And by you all, I mean video packages. And he's an 18-year-old prodigy, apparently. A prodigy? Really? Okay. No, not quite that good, but it was good. He's a serviceable hand, which is amazing at 18 years old. But I told you, I don't give Sting a pass because he's 60 something. I'm not giving Nick Wayne a pass because he's 18 something. I'm counting. We're all going by the same 32-year-old fucking through line. That's it. And by a 32-year-old through line, he's fine. He's fine. He's all right.
Well, you're making a big deal. It's fine. He's fine.
Fine. Not giving nobody extra credit.
Where do you think this whole Swerve and Darby thing is heading to? Because I feel like this whole situation, though, I feel like it has probably the strongest motivation for any of Swerve's rivalries, because he had this previous rivalry with Darby Allin where he pretty much dominated Darby Allin outside of AEW, and now Darby has beaten him 3 straight times, and it feels like Swerve can't beat him in AEW. So you have a motive that makes sense for the heel, a reason for him to go after the heel in this way, but it feels like we're going to have more of the characters around these two more than we're leading to another singles match between them.
Where's it leading? A Swerve loss, where all the shoes fucking lead. What do you mean, where is it leading? It's exactly where the fuck is it leading. A fucking Swerve loss.
Where all Swerve losses go to have their final rest to a loss.
Right. Bad builds, good builds, complicated builds, simple builds, they all lead to the same thing. Swerve loses. Swerve puts on a really good match, and he loses to Darby or fucking Orange Cassidy, which I still think he should have won. That's just what it is. Sorry, Charlie. Wish that wasn't the case. He deserves more. But, yeah.
He said we're all Swerve feuds go to lay rest. A loss.
Down the nigger hole you go. Sorry.
We got Big Man Dogs who says, yeah, Swerve has definitely put on some size. Yeah, I like it. I think that it helps him look more like a main eventer for sure.
Right? Push him.
We got Darby. We got Roxy who says Darby is going to protect his little apprentice. And I love the fact that now Sting has his apprentice, which is Darby, and Darby has his apprentice, which is Nick Wayne.
Sting already has more young people than the Blackpool Combat Club. Jesus. Oh, the fucking shit.
We should have made the title for this week's show Sting 2. BCC 1.
It's like, well,
we're doing the wrong things with the wrong people. Another point. I know there's a group of people that believe that Nick Wayne should have won here. I know me and you are not a part of that thinking. But, I kind of viewed it as you got to view it from where Nick Wayne, who is his protege, who are they associating with? And they associated with Darby Allin, who made his debut in AEW in a 20-minute time limit draw with Cody Rhodes. I thought that was like the best possible outcome for Nick Wayne was a time limit draw. But I agree with most of y'all who believe that Swerve needed this win. He deserved this win, and he should have got this win. But I feel like they just could have done a little bit more to make this maybe a little bit longer to make Nick Wayne look stronger in his debut.
But why? All right, I'm going to move past. Let's say he's Will Ospreay right now. Let's say he was. He's not. He's certainly not. Let's not get crazy. Or even close to crazy. But then what?
Yeah.
Is this an Andrade situation where we go, oh, look at this great moment, and then he just does nothing until we're ready to use him again?
I think if the choice wasn't Swerve Strickland for him to debut against, and hindsight being 2020, Jericho doesn't waste that fucking loss to Action Andretti, and he would have lost to Nick Wayne.
That's an interesting call. I wouldn't have been mad at that. Actually, no, we're not taking away from the brother. No, we're not doing that. Even if he's a quarter brother, 10% brother, whatever he is.
Quarter water brother.
Right call, Jericho. You owed us after all that horse shit you be talking. You still owe us, quite frankly.
Quarter water brother. There you go. Finally, we had our main event segment of the show. Don Callis came to the ring and he says that he is going to introduce the final member of Team BCC for Blood and Guts the following week. We get him talking in the ring, and then the music of Kenny Omega goes off. Kenny looks like he's heading down to the ring when we see the Blackpool Combat Club members are in the entryway. Kenny starts fighting them, but then we see somebody from behind who has a steel chair, and it's none other than that bastard PAC. and PAC informs us that he will be the 5th and final member of Team Blackpool Combat Club at Blood and Guts next week in Boston. We get the rest of the BCC, which is Claudio, I believe Wheeler Yuta, and no, I think it was just Moxley, Takeshita, and PAC, who were beating down on Omega. You even had Don Callis joining in, kicking Omega and looking like he was limping afterwards. You get PAC saying that he's going to be in Blood and Guts and he's going to get revenge for what Kenny did to him, breaking his nose and costing him months of his career. They then put a steel chair around Kenny Omega's neck, and Moxley says, "Any final words to your fans before we take you out?" I thought I was watching an 80s fucking crime drama. And Omega says, "Ha ha ha, yes, we have a 5th man too. Look at the screen." The lights go off and a music video goes off where it says he's coming. We see the Blood and Guts graphics, and then we see highlights of none other than Kenny Omega's golden lover teammate, one of his best friends in the world, Kota Ibushi. He will be the 5th and final member of Team Elite and make them the Golden Elite in Blood and Guts next week. We then get the Elite, Hangman Adam Page, and the Young Bucks coming in to make the save for Omega. Hangman hits a big double buckshot lariat on Takeshita and Moxley as the Elite stand tall to end the show, and Omega cuts a promo and says after they are done finally putting this whole issue to rest with the Blackpool Combat Club and winning Blood and Guts, Omega promises that after this he is going to get his hands on Don Callis and he's going to destroy him. I thought this was a really good a really good go-home segment to set everything up and officially make the Golden Elite complete ahead of Blood and Guts next week. It just felt a little bit off in execution. I thought the ideas were good. The execution wasn't the greatest. It could have been better, especially with the Ibushi introduction. I felt like that could have been better for the fans, unlike me, who don't know Ibushi's past. Could have been better to tell us why it's going to be Ibushi. But I do think the choice makes a whole world of sense on both ends. I thought the PAC decision was just an ingenious decision. It's someone that I didn't hear anyone mention as the replacement for Bryan Danielson in this matchup, but it just made so much sense because he has so much history with the Elite. He had a rivalry with Hangman Adam Page in 2019. Everyone has talked about his rivalry with Kenny Omega in 2019-2020. He's had great matches, classic matches with the Young Bucks, whether in trios or tag team action. What do you think about PAC being the 5th man for BCC, Kota Ibushi for the Golden Elite, and this go-home segment in general for Blood and Guts, Jimmy?
The execution was poorly done. So you're just talking about the Ibushi stuff? Or are you talking about Omega?
I'm talking about the segment in general.
Yeah.
Like Omega about to be murdered and him just saying, "Ha ha ha, look at the screen." Because I was like, when the Elite came out, I was like, y'all niggas was really about to let this man get murdered, get murked out here? Y'all got a whole Blood and Guts match next week. That didn't seem like a good idea. How did y'all know the BCC would just look at the screen after he told them to look at the screen?
That's where it comes in play for me. Because if it's just, let's say, Don Callis and his henchmen, you could say that Omega knows Don Callis is a carny so-and-so, so he's going to give him time to talk. Fair enough. But we know the BCC's about that action. How you know they won't just stab you with a screwdriver and be done with it? I didn't hate it. It was fine. It was silly. Look at the screen. Look at the screen. Oh, my gosh. It was dumb, but in a fun way. I'm sorry. I enjoy how much the Elite, outside of Matt Jackson, put into their segments. It's always over the top. It's always goofy. It always doesn't work if you think about it for more than half a second. But it's wrestling, so you don't have to. Just sit back and enjoy. It works better if Ibushi was. I can get into it. Obviously, we know what worked better, but this is fine. Overall, like you said, ideas are fun. Execution's mid, but it worked enough. Definitely glad it was the main event and not Swerve and Nick Wayne.
Yeah. What do you think about PAC on Team BCC?
It works on several levels. That's one thing I didn't like the way it was done. Like it's just, oh, it's PAC. Oh, all right. Well, there you go. It felt like it should have been a bigger deal. PAC's promo was really good, but there was no build up to his like actual coming out. It felt very much like Jay White's debut, actually. Which is like, I mean, I'm happy you're here, but really? That's it? All right.
Like, couldn't we
Welcome
have
back,
done more? Could we have done more for you here? Got Annika who says, I wished Kota was there, but I understand why. Yeah, I never thought Kota Ibushi was going to be there. I never thought he should be there for the announcement. I think that there just could have been a better way if you don't have him to do this. I rather had them just go to the video package, and that's how you close the show. We don't even see what happened to Omega.
Really? Ooh, that could be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that.
We got Dan who says, I don't think most of the crowd even saw PAC for a minute. Yeah, it did seem like their reaction was kind of paused.
It's just an odd choice. Not PAC, but it's an odd way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to be fair, PAC always wears his gear, so
exactly. He never wears regular gear at all. But that's gonna bring us to a close on another edition of AEWramble. Sound off in the live chat. Give us your match of the night, your MVP, your LVP. Out of 10, what did you give the show? Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle for me and Jimmy. We'll put our thumbs in the middle for the July 12th, 2023 edition of AEW Dynamite in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board from me and Jimmy. Out of 10, what did you give the show, Jimmy?
7.5. We went 6.5 last week. 7.5.
I agree with you. I'm going to go with 7.5 for this show. 7.5 out of 10. I went too high when I just agreed with you.
No, I went too high. If you went 7.5, I should have went 7. We all know you were at the AEW bump. So
I don't add an AEW bump. I judge it week to week. That's how I do. Match of the night, Jimmy.
I'm gonna go with the tag match. No, not the MJF Cole match. The Darby match.
Oh, this is tough.
No, it isn't. Just don't do this.
Honorable mention to
honorable mention. We don't care.
Nick Wayne.
Nope.
But match of the night, I'll go with Darby and Orange versus Sammy and Garcia. That was the best match. MVP for the show, gotta go with Adam Cole and MJF.
Yeah, MJF. I try to do Coles whenever I can. MJF.
Just giving it to MJF. Why does Cole not get any love? Come on, Adam Cole, baby.
Why does Scottie Pippen not get any love? I don't know what to tell you. That's how that works.
He won some player of the games. He won some player of the games. Player of the weeks. LVP for the show, Jimmy.
You said Commander Jericho. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to give it to Commander. I'm going to go with QTV. That shit is atrocious. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go LVP with QTV and Sky Blue because I think I'm determined to give LVP to every female babyface that comes out alone against the Outcast. Like, when are we gonna learn? Or is someone gonna learn? Is someone gonna get the memo that you don't come out alone against these goddamn Outcasts?
I think the issue they did is that they had the women kind of band together, like Willow and Sheeta and fucking them. So now, why wouldn't they just come out? And then just kept them separate if you're gonna do that dumb shit.
Nothing fucking happened. Nothing fucking happened, ladies and gentlemen. Not a goddamn thing. But yes, that is all for the MVP, LVP match of the night. Thank you as always, Jimmy. Please let the people know where they can follow you on social media, what you got going on your channel, and anywhere else,
sir. At Jimmy Macram on Twitter. Yeah, on Twitter. I talk sometimes. And on YouTube, watching Atlanta with SP3. I thoroughly enjoy that show. Having a blast.
So much fun. We just started filming for season 2, which is my favorite season of Atlanta. So can't wait to see how Jimmy reacts to those. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. Check out myself and Steven Jensen from earlier today on the Spotlight. I will be back here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel tomorrow for our G1 preview for the G1 Climax 33 tournament. That's going to start live at 12:05 p.m. Eastern Time. So you could join us for that, myself and Jay News, prepping for the G1 Climax. I believe tomorrow we're also going to be dropping our Slammiversary preview, so stay tuned for that. But until then, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at True Hill Heat. Follow us on Patreon at patreon.com/True Hill Heat. Just $3 a month. The Prediction Championship. You get plenty of additional content for you to enjoy. So thank you so much for the support over there, because we always enjoy that. And check out all the great content we got coming up. Like I said, the G1 preview tomorrow. We got our True Hill Heat flagship podcast Saturday at 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time with myself and Top Guy JJ filling in for Miss Chrissy Love this week. And we'll be joined by two special guests on that. And also we got dropping this weekend our Dark Side of the Ring Season 4, Episode 6, The Tragic Fall of Adrian Adonis review with myself and Miss Chrissy Love. That's going to be dropping on the channel this weekend. But thank you so much to Jimmy. Thank you so much to all of y'all. I'll be talking about AEW again on Saturday on the flagship, on Sunday on Collision Course as well. But until then, for Jimmy, it is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. This has been AEWramble, episode 102, Golden Arrivals. We are signing off until